Hello. So I meant to do this at the time of his passing, but somebody else important to me happened to be dying at the same days, and just finally getting around to it. If you don't know who Damo Suzuki was, then this video is not for you. I couldn't begin to explain. This is specifically for people that played with him, in case maybe sometime you think of him and feel sad. I think this will bring a smile to your face, because in the spirit of Damo, it's a totally positive thing. I just want to tell a couple of stories I think are kind of funny or cool, whatever. Maybe I think you would relate to him if you ever played with him. You probably had similar sorts of experiences. The first one. So the first time I played with Damo was in Spain, and I come up with the Super Collective, and he also had Massimo from Zoo with him, who was also exciting to meet. But the dinner was an amazing experience. Couldn't have been more perfect, because it was this big giant table with all the musicians sitting at it, and Damo's at the head just holding court. And it's a really respectful atmosphere, because everybody's like excited to meet Damo, and we all know each other, want to ask, and we want to ask questions, and all of his answers are just they always have these lines of these amazing moments. They're just like you finish, and that was the first time jam with Hawkwind and Lemmy on bass, and So he tells stories for a while. We finished the dinner, getting ready to move to the venue. He goes all the way around the table. It's like maybe 12 people or something, and he's playing rock paper scissors and deciding like some position in their show, whatever. Goes all the way around the table, gets to me last, doesn't do anything, goes back and sits down. I'm sitting there and like, well, Damo, why don't I get to play rock paper scissors? He looks at me like I'm foolish. He says, because you're the space master. Okay, at first like, then, yeah, I'm the space master. So when it's time for the show, he starts sending people out like in order. We're standing by the side of the stage, and like he kind of look to him now and then, and he just like puts his arm back. He's like, "No, Space Master goes with me." So finally, everybody else was on stage, and me and Damo go out, and he's got like everybody playing all at once, and it's going all wild. And this suddenly he just like makes one gesture, and the whole band, like if they're not even looking at him, they just stop and he goes, "Space Master!" And I just, for whatever inspiration from him, I decided to play my electronic drum pad, and I just boom, made my big Space Master solo, and it was awesome. The next night, like we played in Portugal, like our headquarters with Supa, Malchapatos. Played for 3.5 hours, like by far the longest show I've ever played. The end of the set, we were just like, I remember I was jumping up and down on top of a piano, and Massimo just had the cable plugged in from his bass, like just swinging it around and slapping it on things, and somehow it was all still working. Like we could have played forever, and it's like the audience doesn't get bored. It's like, only Damo can do things like that. Another funny little exchange with him. So we were on tour with Sakara in the Balkans, in the former Yugoslavia countries, and we kept like just missing him by a day here and there, and hearing little things like we did a TV interview in Serbia, and the TV crew was like, "Oh, Damo Suzuki, we interviewed him last night," and like just missing him by a day or two, and finally we showed up in Metelkovo Mesto in Ljubljana, and it's like a little squatted city, and there's multiple venues, and I saw on the poster at one of the other venues, Damo's network was playing. He had a bunch of Croatian guys he was touring with, and Sakara was at a different place. So I went over to the venue to see if I could catch him, and it was perfect, because the band was all outside, but Damo was in the bathroom. So I go in the door. I was going to sneak up on him. He wouldn't have any way to know I was there. Like it came through. I went to the bathroom door, creaked it open. I started tiptoeing, and Damo's at the urinal pissing. He doesn't even turn around. He's like, "Hey Scott, you're here, so you're gonna play tonight?" And I was like, "How do you do that?" We get to talking, and it turns out I can't go play with him, because like we go on at the exact same time. And Damo's just like, "Well, we'll just have to figure out something else." And I don't know if we really planned anything. It was just like, I don't know. He said we'd figure it out, so I knew we would. But we finished our show over at Club Gromka, and it was the end of the night and getting pretty late. And then Demo comes in and like, ready for the show? Like, yep. So I believe it was me and then Jan from Sakara on the drums with Mr. Natural had his plank, but also the guy working the venue had built his own version of Mr. Natural's plank. He'd seen him before and was inspired, and so that was the lineup. And you know, it's the late at night, of course, like there's no audience, but just as we went to start, the door opened and just some guy came in and sat like kind of like where the doorman would sit in the back of the room, and we played this like hour and a half set just for nobody. Yeah, it was amazing. I just as we stopped, like the guy that was in the back of the room watching got up and left. I found out later it was somebody from Leibach, like which was always kind of like a Ljubljana fantasy. Like I get to meet like those guys, but kind of came in. But just like things like that only happen with Demo. The last time I got to play with him was in Paris, and it was a Radon Europa event that Nico from Ripost Records, Radon Collective, he put on this show called World Fuckers, and it was themed on those of us who travel all around to crazy places. So I had some of my heroes, Vialka, or like Erica Hermit, like I think maybe the best person in like if the way that I would want to do things, like he's got it. Him and Damo are the best of their whole thing of traveling the world and playing. And I got a picture with them that night, and it's I just look like the happiest fucker in the world, which I totally am, because there I am, my heroes from of Noise Rock Travel. So one thing about the Never Ending Tour, the reason they call it that, it never ends. So Damo's out there setting things up. Damo, I'll see you at the show, the next show. Looking forward to it. Probably see some of you guys there, but I already reserved my spot in the lineup, so better get on that.
Long, 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 so long.